Hello! Welcome to week 38 of the pregnancy. Crazy days! Yes, my hair is wet again. I'm not really good at getting prepared for these videos, am I? Oh well, it's fine. Yeah, 38 weeks pregnant. Well, we're actually 38 weeks and 6 days today. Tomorrow's 39 weeks. So little Bobby is actually due next Thursday. Today's Wednesday. I am just crazy super excited and a little bit nervous, as I imagine is normal to be. Yeah, so she's still the size of a watermelon. So looking at the pregnancy plus, it's the same as last week, so weeks 37 to 40, size of a watermelon, weighing between 6.3 to 8.5 pounds. The length is between 19 to 21 inches, crown to heel. Now, we knew from our 36 week scan, which was this time last week, that she was probably weighing about £6 15 ounces. So she's within the £7 mark this week, I imagine. And yeah, so pretty happy with that. Good stuff. Now, I was just having a little look through my favourite book, Your Pregnancy Bible by Dr. Ann Deans. And I just loved this because it's just so understated, shall we say. This is to do with the mother's body at week 39. Your uterus is taking up all the space in your pelvis and a great deal of room in your abdomen, so you may be feeling very uncomfortable. Yeah, yeah, you may be feeling uncomfortable. There's reasons for that. Hockey dokie, week 38. This is now about the baby. Your baby measures around 35 centimetres, which is 14 inches, from crown to rump. Rach, I know how much you love me saying rump, so there you go, from crown to rump, not including legs, and weighs around 3.1 kilograms, which is 6 3/4 pounds according to this book. But according to the sonographer, Bobby is bigger than that. So basically, baby is fully formed. We're in, she's full term. In the last few weeks, hopefully the last week, fingers crossed she'll arrive soon, because as Ann Deans says, Dr. Ann Deans, I may be feeling very uncomfortable. Yeah. Now, sleep, as I've been saying in some of my previous videos, I've had real issues with. I've been not being able to get to sleep because she's kind of kicking me in the bladder, or I can't get comfortable, my hips hurt, and rah-de-rah-de-rah, ranty-ranty rant, moany-moany moan. However, lately I've been taking to sleeping on the sofa, which is really sad. It's nothing wrong with my marriage, guys. I just can't get comfortable in bed. So I'm sleeping on the sofa. I've actually been able to sleep the last few days. It's been amazing. So I've had a rotten cold this week as well, which has been wonderful. So I've kind of, although I've been really wanting to meet the baby, I've also been wanting to get rid of this cold before that happens. Even though she'll be having my antibodies and stuff through the placenta, and then she'll get antibodies through the milk and things. But I just, I don't want to give birth to a baby and then give her a cold straight away, or I also didn't want to go through labour being all snotty and gross and bleh. So it's been a bit tricky because I haven't wanted to take anything for the cold. So I know in theory you can take paracetamol and things, but I would just rather not. The unpregnant me, the stage I was at with the cold, I probably would have taken some, Beecham's or Lemsip or something like that, which has got decongestants in, so you can't take that when you're pregnant anyway, and paracetamol, and all sorts of other wonderful chemicals and flavourings and rubbish. But yeah, I don't think I'd normally just take paracetamol for a cold. I would normally take something with decongestant, but you can't. So there's that. So I steamed my face a bit sometimes, just with water, showers, you know. But then you don't want to get too hot, so swings and roundabouts, guys. I think you just I just had to ride it out, really. But I feel a lot better today. I'm still quite snotty, which is lovely for you all to know. But I do feel a lot better in myself, because on Monday, yeah, it was Monday, I felt rotten. So I had it all over the weekend, my sore throat, Saturday, Sunday. Monday my sore throat was gone, but I just, you know, when it's all like in your head and your sinuses are all like meh, and you just feel gross. And sometimes when I get colds, if they're bad ones, like my skin starts hurting. I don't know, I think this is a family trait. My husband thinks it's weird, but I'm pretty sure my mum and sister are the same. I'm sure we've had that discussion before. So yeah, but anyway, cold is on the mend. I went for a walk yesterday with some friends down to town. It's about a mile there, obviously a mile back. We went just food shopping, nothing too exciting, but I went for a walk, guys. I got out of the house, so it's all very good. Symptoms wise, acid reflux again, which is also a major reason why I've not been sleeping in bed, because I find if I'm lying down, acid reflux is bad. So then I'll sit up, but then I don't get enough support in bed and I end up kind of proper slouched over, which makes it worse. But our sofas, you've probably seen in other videos, have got quite high arms and they're solid. So I find they're good support for me to sit up at night. However, I'm really, really, really hoping tonight that I can actually get to sleep in bed, because the last 2 nights I've slept really well on the sofas. And yeah, I just miss sleeping next to my husband. It's just really sad saying night night and going into separate rooms. It's weird. I don't like it. So yeah, fingers crossed I'll be able to actually go to bed in my bed tonight. Yeah, acid reflux. Although yeah, last night it wasn't really a problem. So that was good. My joints. Especially in my hands and my knees have just started hurting at the end of this week as well. My hands have kind of been hurting for maybe a couple of weeks, but not that badly. And then this week, they've really started to I've really started to notice it a lot more. So just in all the joints, kind of from the knuckle up to the fingertips, all those, you know, all the many joints there are, they just feel sore. So I've been kind of trying to read up on it. I'm assuming it's actually to do with the relaxin, because I know obviously you get a lot more of the relaxin hormone, I think it's a hormone, released into the body to kind of relax the joints to make childbirth easier. Which is good if that's what it is, because that's helping my body in the long run, but obviously right now it hurts. But then other things have said it's been about swelling and whatnot, but my hands aren't really that swollen. I have taken my wedding ring off, that's been off for a long time actually. That's mainly because it's been so hot and my hands are swelling because of the heat rather than pregnancy. So I'll be excited to put that back on after she's born as well. So yeah, my hands aren't swollen, they look normal to me. So I think it's just the relaxing. Yeah, I think that's kind of it for this week. Oh, well, apart from kind of the things we've been doing, or things I've been doing to help induce labour or help with the labour. So it's all anecdotal anyway, but you know, all the old wives' tales of curry and spicy food, going for walks and all that. So I've not had majorly spicy food, but I have had, like, you know, chilli and stuff, and yeah, just a little bit, because I'm not great with spice, so I don't want to go too crazy. And also with me not being 100% well, I didn't want to make her come out now. Obviously I went for a walk yesterday. I've got my exercise ball, which I've been using along the way, but I've been sitting on it a bit more and bouncing and, you know, rotating my hips around and stuff. Just trying to give her plenty of space. I think it's about to roll back into shot. No, it's not. It's okay. It stayed where it is. I've also been eating pineapple. Now, at my antenatal class, the teacher hadn't really heard of pineapple being a thing to help labour, but I've seen it online. But also when I was a teenager I worked in a shop and I sold a lady a pineapple. She was heavily overdue, just wanted the baby out, and a couple of weeks later she came in and let me hold her baby because I was the girl who sold her the pineapple that sent her into labour. So pineapple is happening in my household right now. In fact, I had a smoothie with it in this morning, some banana and blueberries and low-fat strawberry yoghurt all in a smoothie. It was actually really nice. So I might have some more pineapple later. And I've also got some raspberry leaf tea. I'm not going crazy with it. I'm having like max 3 cups a day. So the anecdotal evidence with raspberry leaf tea is that it sends people into labour and da-da-da. But actually, there's no scientific evidence for that. But it, according to Google, it's meant to sort of help tone the uterus and soften the cervix. So it's kind of getting the body ready for labour, and supposedly helping you have a less painful and easier labour. However, I don't know how they can ever prove that because you can't have a control group because everyone's labour is different. So, but hey, anything that might help, just do it. Just have the raspberry leaf tea if you're midwife and everyone says it's okay and you're further along. Yeah, because they do suggest you don't have it in early pregnancy or whatever. I've only started having it in the last week, really, to just try and help my body get ready for the big day. I thought she was going to be early, I really did. I thought, nah, she's too big, she's coming out, but I think she set up camp and now I'm starting to think she might be late. So this might not be my last post, guys. I will be doing obviously a post to introduce you to Bobby and tell you her real name because she's not going to be called Bobby. That's just Bobby the Bump, as it were. So yeah, but I'm sure there might be a 39-week update. So, you know, just hold on, guys. Been getting some lovely messages from friends asking, you know, how I'm getting on and is the baby here yet? Guys, I'll let you know when the baby's here. It's very nice that you're asking and things, but I'm more impatient than you, so you know. Yeah. And oh, it's just started raining. I was going to put the washing out today. Luckily, I was too lazy and didn't, because it started to absolutely hammer it down now. Good job the guinea pigs aren't out on the grass as well. Yeah, so I'm going to attempt to get some bump movements. I haven't got any at the minute, but hopefully you can see some of that. And do you want to see the bump? Let's show you the bump. So this is week 38 bump. Oh, it looks massive from the front, look. And from the side. It's quite a good dress to show you one, I guess, anyway, because it does actually kind of stick to me. It stopped raining already. And from the other side, so you can see she is kind of lower, and look at that crazy belly button. Ooh, still sticking out. It feels like I'm like trying to smuggle something under here. Like, oh, look at this. So yeah, my belly button is practically an outie now. Sad times. It still goes in ever so slightly at the top, so it's kind of still a volcano, but it pretty much is an outie, which makes me sad because I didn't want it to do that, guys. I didn't want to pop. So, but hey ho, it's just another one of those things, isn't it? So, oh, one more thing I wanted to say. All my stretch marks, which you've seen probably in previous videos, they are still crazy, they're still red, there's still loads of them. And I've been seeing loads of other people's videos about what you should use on stretch marks or to avoid them. And it's also about cocoa butter and rah-de-rah. I've been using so much cocoa butter and like intensive stuff with vitamin E and collagen and I don't know what else. Maybe not collagen. I can't remember what it says on the front. But you know, Palmer's cocoa butter. So the pumpy one for the lotion, and then at night I use as like an intensive tummy butter, which is really thick, and you kind of have to melt it onto your skin. But I've been using them the whole time, even before I had stretch marks, and neither of them have worked. I'm not blaming the product, I'm just saying it's partially genetic, and also some people are more prone to stretch marks than others. I've had them from quite early on in the pregnancy. Other people get them from like now until the end, like the last couple of weeks, and they thought they got away with it and they didn't. I haven't had that line, I can't remember what it's called, but that dark line. I managed to avoid that one so far, so fingers crossed that stays away. But yeah, stretch mark wise, it's just one of those things. I've been very prone to them my whole life. Like when I was a teenager, growth spurts and things, I'm just a stretch marky person. Anyway, I will show you some bump movements now and maybe see you next week for week 39 of my pregnancy, or maybe see you next week with the baby. Say next week. If we've got the baby, then I might not have time and I might have to it might be a bit of a wait. So be patient please guys. You know, I don't know how it's all going to be with new baby, but I'm imagining I'm going to be pretty busy and pretty tired. Sure. Speak to you later. Love you. Bye. Okay, in order to get her to move, I've just been playing some music to her through the iPad. So if you see the iPad on my lap, that is why, because I'm playing music to her. So it'll have to be on silent because I can't have, you know, for copyright reasons, I can't play the music. So yeah, enjoy. Let's hope she keeps moving. So there's not quite as much obvious movement on camera as previous weeks. I mean, to be fair to her, she's running out of space. She does still move a lot. I still feel it a lot. And I could feel her moving quite a lot during those clips. However, you couldn't see a lot of it on screen. So I apologise. Bobby apologises. However, soon you will be meeting her in the flesh. Well, through the screen, but you know, in my hands rather than in my belly. Did you hear that? So, yeah.